Welcome back to By Atom. Today we're putting Webflow AI to the test against our own Atom Builder framework. We have a specific Figma sketch and we need to build a simplified layout page. It's a hero section and 3 content sections. The goal, get as close to this design as possible, as fast as we can. There are some strict rules for this challenge. When building with Atom, I am only allowed to use ready-made Atom components and the props panel. For AI, I can only use the Webflow AI tool. If I have to jump in and manually fix the AI's layout using traditional classes, it's not really AI doing the work anymore, right? Just a heads up, this is a speed test. It's not a step-by-step tutorial. So if you feel lost, don't worry. Step-by-step Atom tutorials are coming very soon. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you have anything specific you want me to cover, let me know in the comments. All right, we are judging the final results on 4 things. Quality and accuracy to the sketch and the design. Speed, of course. Responsiveness, and also client handover and collaboration. Let's start with Webflow AI. Okay, I have this massive prompt here. It's very detailed, detailing how it should look. Very detailed description of each section. So yeah, let's just copy that prompt, add a new site, AI site builders, paste the prompt. It's 4,000 characters. Like I said, it's very detailed. So let's see what it comes up with. First I get this structure, so I'm just trying to map the structure to the sections that we have. We have a CTA section at the bottom, then we have a project section. Not sure what that's going to be. Can't find that specifically, so we'll just do content feed. Then I have an about section about the company. I guess it will have to be like a feature section. So very simple setup. Let's just try what it can build. Here we go. So it's just going to take a minute or so. It's pretty fast, I think. Like a minute or 2 for one pager. So this is what we get. Okay. All right. This is what we have. So I think we see what we can customize. There are some settings here, some themes we can look at. I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to stick with the first option. Colors, I have to some preset colors. They're pretty close, but yeah, I think this Dion red one, yeah, it's probably the closest. And then for typography, I will have to pick some presets. Using a grotesque font, so I think I'll just think the space grotesque. It doesn't have the Hankin grotesque that I use, so let's pick that one. And then for sections, you have some presets again that you can switch. So I'm just trying to match what we got. All right, let's swap out some sections. Actually, I think the hero section is as close as we get. For the about section, it's not even close. So let's see if we can find something that looks more like the original design. There's a lot to choose from, for sure. But I can't really see anything that's exactly the way I want it. So let's just pick something that looks okay, like this one. Okay. Well, this is supposed to be fast, so just keep moving. The next section is project, so it's like some kind of content feed. It looks like a lot of blog listings. I'm not sure. We have a slider to the left, so we'll probably have to swap that one out later. So we'll just pick that one. Then we have the CTA section where we have a background image. Here's some issue loading. Just try again. Okay. So quite a lot of options. Background section, I think we have this one. This one looks pretty similar. Okay, so those are the 4 sections that we have in this very simple landing page. See the buttons are pillar buttons with rounded corners, but I can't really find that, so we'll just pick more rounded. The cards don't have any border radius, I think, so skip that. And then what else do we have here? We have roundness. I'm not sure. Okay, so a lot of presets if you are fine with that. But okay, so in a short period of time, this is sort of what we got. So let's continue building, and I think it's just going to launch this in the Webflow Designer. And okay, without any other work, this is pretty much what we got in 12-13 minutes. Okay, after about 12-13 minutes of tweaking and after a massive detailed prompt, this is what we got. To get this layout anywhere close to our sketch, I would have to go in and manually rebuild it using Webflow's standard classes in the Webflow framework. But if I have to do that, it kind of defeats the purpose of using an AI builder, I think. Round 2, the Atom Builder Framework. To keep things simple, I'm starting from an Atom clone where I already set up the global variables like brand colors and typography, but this only takes a few minutes. The rules are simple. I'm only allowed to build with the framework components. So let's see if a true component-based workflow can actually pull this off. Start the timer. Okay, we're going to start by adding a new page, and we're going to use the builder page template to add a new page. On this page, there's a lot of components and sections we don't need, so we just delete them. We're going to leave the header edge. It works perfectly for this layout. We're going to make a dark mode, and then below this title component, which comes with this header, we're just going to add a flex row slot. Below here, we have like an award icon with some text. So we're just going to add that image, make it aspect ratio square, set the width. It's a fixed width, so we could set it to 5 rem. That's going to work. Next to it, we add a flex column slot because it's going to hold 2 paragraphs. They're going to be aligned middle, so just add that. Duplicate, add some text styles, and then just align it to the middle and just increase the space. And just make it also flex wrap in case it needs to wrap. Then we just add some content, update some of the text styles here, add the button text, and there we go. So the other side, we're going to add an image. On top of this image, it's position absolute, so we can place something on top of this. We need a project card here, but we need to align it to the button, so we're going to add like a flex column slot. Add a block slot inside there, and inside there we add a card. We're going to set this flex column slot to 100%, give it some padding, align it to the button, make the link card a box style, and on the block slot we're going to set the max width of small to just so it doesn't take up the whole width. And then just update some text styles and add some text. We don't make it dynamic at this point, we just build it out real fast. So there you go. Done. And here's Figma. Pretty similar. I think it's good. Next section is an about section with some stats. So for this one, there's a background image, so we need a section background. But we remove the dark theme because the image background is light, so we just put that in. We need to remove the overlay then. And then it needs to be a grid, so I'll add a auto grid, put the title component in there, give it a gap of main, set the column to XL so it breaks very early. Okay, on the other side we put a block slot. Inside there we put some text and a button, and everything's going to space out evenly. Below it we have the stats, so we're just going to use a 3 even grid, 3 columns. And inside there, we're going to add a flex column slot. And inside there, we're going to add 2 paragraphs and style them according to the text styles. And just a gap, remove the paragraph space and add some content. And we need a little bit of padding, I think, also vertically on this flex column slot. So we add that with client first classes. Then we add some inline styles to add a border right, and we use the variable border color. Then we just duplicate it, add some content, and here we go. I think this is almost done. Great. Here's the Webflow, and you just saw the Figma. I need a little bit more gap, I think, here, so we'll just do gap medium. All right, the next section is the project section with a project slider. For this one, we need a section base. We need an auto grid. We need a title component on the left side. It needs to be left aligned. Then we can just add a slider. We can start from a starter slider. Let's duplicate that. So we have a new slider, and we can just update that. Inside we have a card. We make it dark, and we just disable some of the navigation for the slider, and we update the content in the card, update some of the text styles real quick, and here we go. Here's our card. Put the slide on the left side, add a little bit more gap. I like to use gap main, and then here we go. Here's our Figma. Let's just add the content as well. Here we go. And we'll just add the link card inside each slide so it's prepared for other content later. Okay, there we go. Looks great. Next and last section is the CTA section. For that, we need just a regular section base. We need a section background. A section background, we add back the dark color scheme, and then swap out the background image. For this one, we need the image layer back on at 60% maybe. And then we don't need a grid here, so I'm just going to drag out the title component, add a block slot, add a title in there, so I can set the max width to a bit smaller. Let's do small. Visible buttons, add a button group, add buttons, add 2 buttons, and then just add some content here. And there we go. And hide the tagline. So looks pretty good. I think we need a little bit more padding on at the bottom, a bit less on the top. So we just increase the padding. So you see the title more in the top left corner. There we go. There's your Figma. There's your build. Pretty good. Okay. This decreased the opacity of the overlay a bit. Okay, the footer, we're not going to spend too much time here. It looks pretty similar. Just going to make it dark mode. Here's your Figma. Okay, the logo is a bit too big. We also need to disable the toggle. And then we just decrease the size of the logo. We set a max width of 16 rem. And I think that's good for now. So here's our build. About 20 minutes. Looks pretty good. And of course, it's super responsive. Everything works out of the box. It's mostly fluid. All components are adapts across all screen sizes. And it looks fantastic. Okay, let's be brutally honest. If you have any kind of sketch to follow or any client collaboration, I think Webflow AI right now is practically useless. Even with the hyper detailed prompt, 12 minutes of trying to force AI to fix my layouts and all the options I have, I wasn't even close. So basically with AI, you get what you get. AI is in control, not you. Is that the world we want to live in? To make the AI version match our sketch, I would have to spend quite a lot of time manually rebuilding with the Webflow Framework Flow Kit, and that takes a lot of time, and that kind of defeats the purpose of using AI in the first place. Meanwhile, the Atom build took about 20 minutes or so, and it was a pretty challenging layout, but by strictly using our pre-built components and the props panel, I think the result looks great. And let's not forget our other pillars. The Atom build has a clean SEO structure baked in. It scales perfectly across all screen sizes without a lot of media queries, thanks to our Fluid engine. And most importantly, it is 100% ready for the ultimate client handover and collaboration. Right now, Webflow AI is a fun toy for quick wireframes, but for real specific designs where you're in control, I think you need a framework. If you want to see exactly how Atom works under the hood, we already have a few episodes on this channel right now, so check them out on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.